on the call. But it is February 1st, so it's a new month, and we are excited. And hopefully you've been noticing a trend in having these little weekend challenges, and it's been something that I've been doing to just try and help everybody stay active and engaged over the weekend. And that way it's short term and it's something quick and simple that you're probably already doing, or if you're not doing, you should be doing. And just a cool way to win some cool stuff. So last weekend was our Sharing is Caring challenge, and it was basically just an opportunity for you as either a new coach or a seasoned coach to be able to share either a tip that you've learned along your way as far as staying on track with your vital behaviors or inviting or whatever it is, just something that you've learned along in your journey. And, you know, paying that forward, which is what we're all about, and sharing that with the rest of the team. So everybody that put in a response got their name into our little box, and everybody that tagged somebody else, whether it was their downline or sponsor or whatever, also got extra entries. So we've got our Sagi box right here with our bobblehead and dual purpose for a cup or whatever to draw some names. So I've got Tony's book. If you have not read this, it's a really good book, Tony Horton, The Big Picture. And it came out probably like 2 or 3 years ago. And it was like, you know, a really big deal when it first came out. Just like any, you know, like Shalene's Push, it was really an awesome promotion, and I was able to get 2 of them when it first came out. So I still have both of them sitting on, well, one of them I read, and then the other one I want to give. And then I've got a 21-day fix insulated cooler bag. So this will be a great thing for you guys, either to use for yourself or to give away in your challenge group, or to give as a gift, a promo for people joining your challenge group this month. So here we go. Let's see. Our first person is Rochelle. I believe she's on Nicole Cabe's team. So Rochelle, you got Tony's book. So yay, this is a really good book. I hope you add it to your list to read soon. And our second winner tonight is Lonnie. Lonnie, she is she's on Tanya's team. So congratulations, Lonnie, you've got the 21-day fix cooler bag. So I'll get these sent out to you guys. And I hope that was fun, and keep participating. Last week, let's see, Candy won last week, and she got, I forgot the exact name of the book, but a book that's been on my list. So, all right. So tonight's call is going to be about having an expectant heart. And I don't know if that was the right word. I couldn't decide if we should be expectant or expecting, but basically, just, you know, whichever one you want to use. But I'm going to go on to screen share. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Yes, okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so I guess I decided to keep the expectant. I just didn't want it to sound like a call for pregnant people or anything. All right, here we go. So it's a new month. Today is February 1st, and I know there's always that weird feeling on the first day of the month because everything, like sometimes it's like a nice fresh feeling because it's a new month. Everything is wiped clean, but then on the same hand, sometimes it sucks when you had, like if you had a really good month last month and all your Success Club points are like wiped off the board and you're back at 0. So, but either way, it is a new month. We're in the Team Cup month. So I know a lot of us are super pumped and we've got big goals, and there's so many challenge back promotions this month, and all of that is in the FAQ. So we're not going to waste time going over that. You can totally look that up yourself. But I did have a couple things I wanted to share with you guys. This, I don't know if this has been shared publicly yet or not, but this was something that I got from The Wall, which is a corporate group. When you guys see me refer to The Wall, it's a 5-star and above group that's run by corporate. So just a couple things to put on your calendar. February 7th, there is going to be a sneak peek of the 22-minute hardcore with Beachbody On Demand. So hopefully you listened to the National Wake Up Call already, and Carl talked about that, and he talked about a special challenge as far as recording yourself, I think for 22 seconds, 22-minute hardcore in the background, and using hashtag get some, hashtag 22-minute hardcore. And they'll be choosing a certain amount of people that will get $1,000 for submitting their videos. So that's a really cool way to start sharing about that new program. And then the week of February 8th, surprise Shakeology announcement. Now, I have no clue what this is going to be. I am just as excited as you guys are. Seriously, like, they haven't given anything out to elite coaches yet or anything, so I don't know if it's a new flavor or a new add-in or vegan. I have no clue. So it'll be just as new information to me as it is to you guys. So I am pumped about it, though, because that's always exciting, to keep on growing and expanding in that. And then February 22nd, sneak peek of 22-minute hardcore again. On demand, and then March 1st is when that program is going to be launching. So we have had calls in the past on how we can use preview groups to help promote and spread information and grow interest on these new programs and releases. So make sure you go and check those out and get excited about this program. Tony's programs are always awesome, and 22 minutes. Anybody that ever has given you any kind of a time objection, like, I just can't even imagine how somebody could say they don't have time for 22 minutes. So that's going to be super exciting. Now, definitely take a screenshot of this. I'll also put it in the files, but this is something I wanted to share with you guys. I posted, if you're one of my personally sponsored coaches, I've already posted it in our group. But this is a calendar that was shared with me by a fellow, one of my success partners in Bombshell Dynasty. And she created this for her team, and it's just a social media calendar. I'm sure I'm not the only one that has ever woken up one morning and just felt like I had absolutely nothing to say. And this is just something that can give you a base to go from on what you should be posting on social media. So it's really well thought out. If you're actually following this schedule, you're going to be building a story. You're going to be sprinkling in your story, sharing your journey without, posting about sales and things like that. So it's really methodical. If you just commit to this and follow along and don't shy out about sharing things about your journey, I think that you'll see some really good results. It's going to really give you and force you into consistent action, and maybe cause you to start thinking outside the box of things that you maybe ordinarily share, and maybe push you outside of your comfort zone of things that maybe you don't typically post about. I know I really loved today's the post that you're supposed to make today on sharing your before and after from January. And gosh, I've been in this business for almost 5 years, and I never really thought about starting the month with sharing my fitness results from the previous month. And it sounds like, duh, that should be an easy one, but I don't know. I never thought about it. I always just think about like a day 1, day 60, start and finish. I never really thought about saying like, hey, it's a new month. Here's what I did in January. Join me, and we can make some similar progress. So I thought that was awesome. And there's a lot of great ideas, even that I thought were great ideas to put out there that'll get people thinking, and they're outside of the box. And I think that you'll get great results if you commit to doing this. So I hope that you guys find this helpful, and take a screenshot now if you want to do that. Save it on your phone, so that way when you're out and about and you've got to make your post for the day, you've got something to go from. Okay, now if you were on the wake up call this morning, or if you have listened to the replay, you heard Carl actually got on the call and talked after Brittany was done talking, and he was talking about the Vital Behaviors Challenge, and he's actually, I don't remember what he said, like if there's any kind of giveaway or anything with it, but basically if you post about doing your vital behaviors, whether it's like taking a picture of the book you're reading, you know, sharing a takeaway from your PD, showing your hashtag 365er posts where you're drinking your shake every day, doing your workout, something with your invites or whatever, and you're hashtagging vital behaviors, he's going to be monitoring that hashtag, and then he's going to be reposting posts that are made on that hashtag. So it's just a great way. You know, having corporate recognize you is always a good thing. And I know it's always exciting if like Carl is not following you on Instagram yet, or if he's ever commented or liked one of your pictures. I know for me, it's always like, oh, cool, I got noticed. You know, so this is a good way to really just stay on track. And I already knew what tonight's call was going to be about. And then when I listened to the replay a couple hours ago, I was like, that's awesome. It really plays into some of the things I'm going to be talking about on our, you know, for our topic tonight. So this is something to keep in mind. I think that we should all be participating in this, and I'm going to be following the Vital Behaviors hashtag as well, just so that I can get more ideas on how I can stay consistent and on top of my behaviors too. Okay, so I want to start off this call by having everybody go through a little bit of a self-evaluation for your month in January. And this is something that you should always do, but for purposes of this call, I want you to really just, reflect and ask yourself these questions. It's going to be part of our call to action at the end of the call, so you don't have to answer it right this second, but just something to think about. Did you listen to the National Wake Up Call every day? Did you do your vital behaviors every day? Are you actually implementing new things that you're learning? Are you listening to the team calls, whether it's our call, Scotty's Team Dynasty call? I really think one team call a week is something you really need to be committed to. I think that having 1 to 3 calls a week would be a lot to ask people to commit to, but at least one. Did you start a new challenge group in January? Did you teach yourself anything new? Did you engage with the team, or were you just kind of a wallflower in the group and just lurking around? Did you participate in the Fit Family weekend challenges? So these are just some questions to ask yourself. See, well, I was kind of on the calls, but I was doing 5 other things, so I wasn't really listening. Just reflect on that and see where you were at in January, how you performed, and what you can do better in February. Okay, so I really loved this quote, and when I started looking at quotes for having an expectant heart, that's when I realized that expectant had to do a lot with pregnancy, because most of the things came up for about that. But I found this one, and I thought it was perfect to what I'm trying to teach you guys tonight. So desire is the key to motivation, but my thing is cut off, but determination and commitment to action and an unrelenting pursuit of your goal, commitment to excellence, that will enable you to attain the success that you're seeking. So I circled on there commitment to excellence, and that's something that we're going to keep building on, and I want you to remember as we're going forward. So commitment to excellence, that's going to be the key here as far as having that dedication to the vital behaviors. So that's why I said Carl's challenge with hashtag vital behaviors plays perfectly with what I want you guys to do. So think about this. When you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, you develop a certain boldness. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing every day, you develop an expectancy of results. And when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you develop self-esteem and confidence that people notice and makes them excited to join. So let's talk about like a recipe. Like let's say that you have baked this cake a million times. You know the ingredients, you know the instructions, you know how to assemble it. You can do it with your eyes closed. You wholeheartedly know that you did it right. You did it exactly how the recipe says. You're going to put it in the oven. You have zero doubt about it that when you open the oven and take it out, it's going to be this beautiful cake. It's going to taste delicious. Like you don't even need to sample it first before like serving it to Carl. Like you know it's going to be delicious. You don't even need to try it. You just know. So that is what happens when you commit to doing your vital behaviors. You develop this unwavering belief that when you are inviting somebody to your challenge group or you're inviting them to be part of your team, that they're going to join. They may not say, okay, Nicole, send me the link. I'm ready to sign up. That they may not do that, but you have this boldness and confidence with everybody that you talk to that they may not join right this second, but they're going to eventually be part of your team. Like you just know. And there's a certain, I don't know, I can tell a huge change in how I approach people, how I follow up with people, and how I talk to people now that I'm really consistent in my behaviors. And I have belief in what I'm doing. And so I know that before, when I was not very bold in taking action, I came across very wishy-washy. So if you think about, I know I have some videos on YouTube where I kind of use an analogy of like going to a makeup counter, or I have the waitress analogy. I know you guys are familiar with that one too. So if you think about, you know, some other service industries, like imagine if you're at a cafe or coffee shop or whatever, and the waitress comes around and she has the coffee pot and she's like, well, do you want some coffee? I mean, I don't know, it might have been sitting around for a while, or do you not? I mean, it's totally okay if you don't want it. I mean, I'm just gonna be waiting over here. So don't worry if you don't want it. But if you do want it, you know, it wouldn't make you really excited to say, yes, I would like some coffee. You'd be like, I'm just going to pass because it seems kind of weird. But if she was like just walking around like, hey, I've got the best coffee in town. Do you want it? No? Okay, well, the next guy probably does. So I need to move on. So that same like boldness, confidence, she knows she has a good product and she knows that the next guy is going to want it. So she's got to move on. Having that like expectancy shows through, and the way that you build that is by doing it every day and doing it consistently. So think about your invites. Think about when you are talking to new people, whether it's inviting them for a free challenge, a paid challenge, being on your team, inviting them to Fit Club, inviting them to whatever, to get together with you. Are you being bold? Are you inviting like you are relying on them to hit a goal? Or are you inviting them like you're inviting them to something really cool? Are you inviting with an expectancy that they're going to join? There's a totally different vibe in people's voices and tones and body language when you know that you've got something good that you're standing behind. So you have to have that belief that you have value to offer other people. And that comes from just believing in the product. And you believe in the product when you're a product of the product. You believe in yourself when you're doing your personal development. So do you wholeheartedly believe that you have something that can change people's life? And that was one of those really big like mindset changes for me in getting over, you know, shyness and getting over that fear of talking to people. But when I realized that my life has changed. My life has changed because somebody reached out to me and somebody invited me. Somebody followed up with me and somebody decided that I was worth the time. So my life is 100% different now today than it was when I joined. And I have that same exact opportunity and tool to offer to other people. I'm living proof of that, so it's really easy for me to know and believe in it because I'm living it. So I always think about, like, where would I be if Scotty had never invited me? Where would I be? Like, I would still be working at a law office, making appointments, wasting away at a desk, having like a flat secretary pancake butt. They used to call it, like, people that work at a desk, they call it pancake butt because you're like sitting for 9 hours a day. So just, I would feel like I felt so underutilized, I guess. And I wasn't challenged. I made no money. It sucked. And that's where I would still be. I have no doubt about it, because I clearly remember, like, I used to look at look at different job offerings and stuff. And I would tell my husband, oh, look, like, this company is hiring. And he used to be like, don't look at help wanted ads when you're at work, because what if they're monitoring what you're doing on your computer? They're going to fire you. And, well, I guess I decided to build a business instead. But the things that I used to think about when I was so miserable at work would blow your minds. I've talked about it on some of our other calls, where at one point I was even determined that I was going to join the military because I thought that that would be a better option. And if you guys know me in person, in real life, that would not be a good fit. So anyways, I know that I have the tools to help other people, and I believe that. And so I would not want to ever withhold that from somebody. So when I'm talking to people, I boldly believe that this can change their life. Okay, so it's so easy to see, oh, you just got to have belief. I used to get so frustrated when my coach, Scotty, would tell me that. I'm like, well, easy for you to say. And you have to, it's definitely something that you have to build, and it takes, it builds over time. But these are the things that I think you can narrow it down to, the areas that belief comes from. So number one would be habits and routine. And I can definitely see that in a lot of areas, not just this business. But if you have kids, if you think about having different habits and routines that you teach your kids, and they start to build confidence in certain things because they do it every single day. Same thing. Same thing with dogs. If you're taking them on the same routine, they know as soon as they get up that you're going to go, you're going to take them on their walk. And then when you get back, you're going to give them their bone. Like they trust that process. They understand, and then they behave and they follow through with what they're supposed to do. The second thing is going to be trust. So do you believe that Beachbody's products are worth standing up for? Are they worth going outside of your comfort zone for? Do you believe in the leaders in this business, elite coaches, top 10 coaches? You've watched their journey. Do you believe that what they're doing, what they're teaching us, do you believe in that? And trusting the process. I just recently had this conversation with one of my diamond coaches, Sarah Manarisi. We were talking about hammer and chisel, and we were talking about how, different types of workout programs give you different results. And, some people's bodies respond quicker to different kinds of workouts. And, sometimes you just have to trust the process. And that's been something that's been talked about with Body Beast. A lot of the females on our team that have done Body Beast are like, am I really supposed to eat this many calories? That's really scary. And we say time and time again, trust the process, trust the process. Same thing, that builds your belief. If you just trust that everything that was created with wisdom and science and money, and so you can trust in that. Familiarity, that's pretty much the same as habits and routine. If you are familiar with it, it's easy to talk about Shakeology if you've been drinking it for 5 years like I have. It's easy to talk about 21 Day Fix if you're familiar with it and you know what a yellow container is versus a blue one or whatever. it's easy to talk about the difference between Insanity Max 30 versus P90 if you are familiar with Sean versus Tony and what the goals of P90 is versus the goals of Max 30 is. So having that product knowledge of, Beachbody's products, having faith. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a religious thing, but just having faith that you deserve to succeed, that you deserve to, that you deserve to add value to people, that you deserve to have a team, that you deserve to hit Success Club, that you deserve to be on stage for recognition. Whatever it is, just having faith that those things, those doors are going to open for you. Having a positive mindset, that is a decision. And we each have to make that decision every day. We have sucky days, we have good days, we have days where we want to quit, we have days where we want to eat, live, and breathe Beachbody. And that's normal, but that positive mindset is going to help, that decision of the positive mindset is going to help you develop that belief. And affirmations, you guys know I'm big into affirmations. And even if you use boldness, used to be one of my affirmations. When I first got started with affirmations, Scotty told me to pick 5 characteristics that I want people to know me as. And one of them was boldness. And so I used to say in a mirror that I was bold. And that was just one of the things. And I felt really weird about it. But I just, over time, the repetition, the habit, familiarity with it, I did. And it definitely started reflecting more and more in the conversations that I was having. Okay, so I saw this post in the team page yesterday or the day before, and it was from Nicole Kelly. She is on Jenny Borgard's team, the Fit Opera Singers, and she was also at Winter Summit, so you guys may have met her. But I really loved her post, and I thought it really tied in perfectly to what I was talking about today. And she, I believe, she's an Emerald coach, and she has been off and on with Success Club, and she made this post saying that for the first time ever in the month of January, she did something different. And the thing she did different was that she actually committed to doing the 3 vital behaviors every single day. So she listened to PD, she kept track of her invites, and she did the vital behaviors, she worked out, she drank her shake. So what was the difference? Was that she actually did the vital behaviors. The result was that it gave her an unshakable belief in herself and her goal, and she hit Success Club last month. So that's a big deal. And it just boils down to, if you know that you're doing those things every day, then you just know you're going to pull that cake out of the oven and it's going to taste amazing. You just know. So that was an awesome post, Nicole. So if you're on this call, shout out to you. If not, I hope you're watching the recording, and I am proud of you. All right, so I want to propose a 29-day challenge. I think that's how many days are in February this year. If not, then it'll still be 29 days because I already made the slide. But 29-day challenge, and this is going to go along with Carl's challenge of, hashtag vital behaviors. And I know a lot of us are already doing the 365, healthiest year thing with having the golden scoop. And then we're also going to add in FFN, which is Fit Family Network Challenge. So what if for 29 days in a row, you did the vital behaviors every single day? You did your workout, you drank your shake, you read your PV, and you invited. So that's what I want you to do. And if you feel like, I think it goes along perfectly with Team Cup Month. It goes along perfectly with Carl's Vital Behavior Challenge. So I think that this is going to be an awesome thing for you to and one more thing to help you stay accountable, help you to build that routine and those habits, which is going to, follow through with giving you that confidence and that boldness as you continue to build your business. And in typical Mike and Jen fashion, It'll be something cool that people will probably get in a drawing for, and we'll do a giveaway, but in then typical Jen fashion, I don't know what it is yet. So it'll be worth it though, I can tell you that. So our call to action is, I want you to make sure that you have listened to the National Wake Up Call from today. Brittany Leggett, she's actually part of Bombshell Dynasty. She gave a lot of great info, and one of the quotes, I forgot to put it in our slides, but one of the quotes was, I think she said, self-esteem comes from work ethic, not results. So having that work ethic of doing what doing what you said you're going to do and doing it every day, that's what's going to build your self-esteem in this business as a leader, as someone that's running challenge groups, as being somebody that people can go to for their fitness and, life issues. You're going to do that by building that routine, not because you hit Success Club last month. You're going to do that because you've built a solid presence on social media or whatever avenue that you're using to build your business. Okay, so make sure that you listen to that wake-up call because it was awesome. Number 2, take that self-evaluation and be real with your answers. Really reflect on the month of January. Did you hit all those marks? Were you on the calls? Were you implementing new things? Are you learning? Are you growing? Number 3, commit to the 29-day challenge, but only commit if you're really willing to do the work. Number 4, make a post in the team page pledging your commitment to the 29-day challenge. So today is February 1st, so it's day 1 of 29 days. So if you have not done any of the vital behaviors, guess what? You still have time. And if you are watching this as a replay, you can totally get on board and, catch up and join us in this challenge. I think that no matter what, it's going to build you up and give you those routines and habits that's going to set you up to have that expectant heart as you're going forward. So that is all I have for you guys tonight, and I hope that call was helpful and that you got something from it. It was so good to see you guys. It's been, with traveling and stuff, we've been doing some guest speakers and all of that, so I've missed talking to you guys. Does anybody have any questions, comments, randomness, whatever?
I have randomness. Sorry, I don't have a voice anymore. I'm doing a live event in a couple weeks, and Caitlin had mentioned that there was a call a couple months ago or a while ago, pre-me, that Brittany Jackson did. Do we still have that call somewhere? She said it was on the IP, and I have no idea what that means because that was pre when I showed up. So
yeah, I will check and see. If not, we can definitely, I saw your post. We can definitely get you some resources about running live events.
Okay. It was an instant presenter call. So it was it was years ago. I mean, I'm talking like 2013, but it was a really good one that I had done 2 bridal shows, and it was nice because it gave a good layout of, it kind of gave me a checklist to work from of stuff to remember. But yeah, I couldn't get the instant presenter calls to work recently, so I wasn't sure if you guys have figured any of that out. But if not, we have other people that have done, we can give you an overview. Not a big deal.
Okay. Oh yeah, someone mentioned in the chat, big shout out to Tanya for making Legend, right?
Yes, Tanya is our newest Fit Family All-Star Legend, so that is super exciting. There's not a whole lot. If you go into the online office under recognition, there's a listing for the whole company wide of how many Success Club All-Stars, which is 12 months, and Legend, which is 24. So there's not all that many, so it's definitely a huge goal. So we are super proud of her. That was awesome. Let me see, I'm reading the chat. Sophie said Scotty's, Lindsay moved the call to daytime Wednesday at 11 a.m. So I have information on that call, so I'll make sure to post that in the group too.
Will you be posting the slides from tonight too?
I can. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be awesome. I tried to screenshot some of the ones with the quotes, but I didn't get all of them. So.
Anyone else before we go?
Jen, do you want us to check in date for the 29-day challenge? Are we doing a thread or a group, or is there anything, do you want us posting daily with our hashtag FFN in the group, or how do you want us to do that?
I think I'm just going to post that one slide that has the 29-day challenge, and then people can just kind of like comment on that. And then, similar to Carl's thing with the hashtag vital behaviors, just add in the hashtag FFN challenge, whether you're using Instagram or Facebook, or does anybody use Twitter? I don't know. But just add that hashtag in, so then we can just kind of keep track on there. But I think all of us are in lots of groups between this and Team Cup and then our Flash challenge. So I don't want to do a separate group. Lonnie. Oh, well, Lonnie just got on. She was the other winner for the thing, right? Yeah.
Hey guys, sorry. It's my daughter's birthday and I got on late and everybody's texting me. I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, so congrats.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, well, I will upload this to YouTube and I'll put the slides and that calendar and stuff into the team page. And I hope you guys have a good night. Thanks for being on. It was good to see everybody. And here's to an awesome February. Have a good night.